Gentlemen, guys, Bitcoin is at a critical point right now. I'm going to talk about what I see happening, not just for Bitcoin but for all coins in general. I'll also go over a few very important charts and show you some very important on-chain data that is happening right now, which also gives us an idea of when the next big move will occur. Make sure to watch this video through to the end. Greetings to all once again. My name is Chris, and I will be providing daily cryptocurrency videos to teach you how to profit from this market. In the event that you are new to the channel, please subscribe and turn on the bell immediately. So, where we left off yesterday, gentlemen, we were coming this way toward my orange box. We encountered opposition right here because we joined the daily schedule the day before we were refused once. However, we were able to surpass this barrier in yesterday's candle on the daily time frame, as you can see here on the 4-hourly time frame. We were turned down 1, 2, and 3 times. Then on the 4th candle, we surged upward and briefly moved sideways before receiving support on the greater edge. In this instance, we are currently barely below the orange box, which represents the bottom of the meeting support timeline that is going down every 4 hours. Thus, the 4-hourly time window is all that we have. Here you can see that it's virtually exact to the dollar. This is precisely at the orange box's margin. It is evident from the 4-hourly time frame that the bears are driving down the price of Bitcoin. Now, if we one more zoom out, so yes, this is indeed quite bizarre. That is virtually exactly on the exact dollar. Therefore, it is approximately $3 from the point at which we are currently being refused. It is approximately $3 from the orange's edge. That is absurd. However, allow me to return to the daily schedule, since we may produce within the daily time limit. If we are able to shut this daily candle above this orange box, it will support us. That is incredibly optimistic. It is now common knowledge that this orange box was going to attempt to be defended by the bears, who would make every effort to keep us below this orange box in the first place. They failed to accomplish that, thus we overcame it. As a result, they will now exert every effort to ensure that we close below this mark on a daily basis. Thus, the current market is essentially a tug of war between bulls and bears about who is going to take possession of this orange box right now. However, I do believe it's likely that we will reach the next level of resistance, which is going to be at $68,000 if we close a daily candle above the orange box here. I'm keeping an eye on the market since it still has a very nice structure. In addition, traditional markets, which were plainly closed yesterday, will reopen this evening on the futures market. And on Friday, the final day, we did make a significant progress. We did have a significant breakthrough with this current decline. Therefore, if we can keep going in the upward direction when we open up this evening, there may be enough momentum for us to see some slight upward movement in Bitcoin and close above this orange box. That's what I'm currently following, but aside from that, I think something incredibly intriguing is occurring with the altcoin. If you take a look at the entire chart, which is the whole cryptocurrency market, hence, it's altcoins and Bitcoin. Here, at $2.25 trillion in market capitalization, you can see that we are also finding support at a critical level. Alright, so we are locating this assistance. All is well with the overall crypto market capitalization chart. However, if you examine the opposite chart, you can see that we're finding support as well, but we're currently seeing a green weekly candle. If you look at the total, you can see that we've had a few red candles, numbered 1 through 5, all of which have been declining. However, if you look at the others chart, you can see that there may be a slight trend reversal here, meaning that the market will begin to outperform. If you're not familiar with the others chart, it shows all of the cryptocurrencies besides the top 10. All of the larger altcoins disappear when you remove Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is a green candle then. Naturally, if we see a green candle on the overall chart, we can also receive one. Yes, Ethereum and Bitcoin are the main currencies that rise in value here, but it's interesting to observe how that changes on a weekly basis. This one is red, whereas the second chart, which shows a little higher percentage of Degen coins, is more yellow. Actually, there is a green candle on the weekly, therefore, let's keep a watch on it and see if the pattern of smaller altcoins outperforming larger altcoins and Bitcoin persists. So let's continue to focus on that. Remind yourself that my ultimate objective is to amass as much Bitcoin as I can. Thus, my main purpose in using altcoins is to increase my winnings, which I will subsequently convert into Bitcoin. That's sort of my main thesis, because you also don't want to be the one with all the cryptocurrency bags at the end of the cycle. Correct? Don't believe that you will be able to hold on to every altcoin forever when prices collapse by 90%. The majority of cryptocurrencies will eventually rise again. Just make a plan for how you're going to turn a profit and I'm now working on a comprehensive mini course that will provide instructions on how to turn a profit in this bull market. There are many things going on, therefore I'm still here for everyone who has been waiting for the trading strategy update. I'm still putting effort on that. Guys, a lot is occurring at the moment, so just give me a little more time, okay? I'll go over everything. Believe me. Though let me also show you this, there are tremendous things going on. Thus, this is the MVRV. When a week to a month is concerned, to put it another way, this effectively means that if you take all of the Bitcoin that has been accumulated in the therefore, if you only consider the Bitcoin that has been acquired by holders who are between 1 week and 1 month old, but out of all the Bitcoin that is currently in existence, a cost basis is given to you. In other words, what is the typical price of Bitcoin among those who have been collecting for a week or a month? Old wallets are deposited into wallets that are between 1 week and 1 month old, and this type of ratio can be seen right now. Here, I'll only briefly explain why this matters because it's evident that we usually decline by roughly 10% below the MRVR. Thus, 1 is seen here. As 0.9 is located right here on the MVRV, you can see from recent history that we recently dropped to 0.9, meaning that wallets that are 1 week to 1 month old out of the holders, if we get down to 0.9 on this index, they are down 10%. In any case, the figures are meaningless. What matters is the broad category. Here are some themes and fractals to consider. We're heading down here then. Furthermore, if you recall the last time we descended from this point, we did experience a bounce. Thus, we too descended to this point. This was a huge bounce for us. Thus, we descended to this exact spot. It was quite the bounce. We kind of went down here, but not all the way next. This is not 100. It differs from the bullish Lux algo signal, which has an accuracy of about 95. It differs from what we've been discussing lately, in which a fractal of any decline of 21% generally indicates a form of trend reversal. Here you can see that we decreased by 21%. It was a reversal of trend. Here, at even, we descended 21% if I had to guess. It was a reversal of trend. From there, we ascended. As a result, this is less precise than those signals because of what you can also see here. While there have been a few times when we've dropped to 0.9 without much of a bounce, overall we do, as you can see, it also went down, boom, big bounce, and down to 0.9 right here. Here, the big bounce actually went a little underneath it, and we walked on. This is an anomaly, but it dropped to this position and then experienced this huge bounce. And here's another tremendous bounce. Therefore, it is fairly accurate, but we only have. There were also a few cases that just kept getting worse. We should be mindful of that, but the main lesson to be learned from this is that, generally speaking, when we drop to 0.9 on the MVRV 1 week to 1 month holders, usually there is a large bounce and a continuous upward trend. Act as though we haven't been here before we have, so what's the problem? This represents the whole market capitalization of cryptocurrencies, omitting the top 10. Thus, the second chart in Tech Dev are the same as the one I was displaying to you earlier. He has been mentioning for a while now that history is repeating itself. You witnessed this in 2015, 2016, and 2017. Now take a look at this. We have a rounded bottom, which I have previously shown you, but I also have an updated rounded bottom. What a crazy pump this was towards the top, and see how similar things are looking now. Boom, busting through this, going up, breaking through the prior swing high here, and then going down, making it support. This candle even has a striking resemblance to the one you observed. Thus, yes, I will allow you to examine this on your own. We've been here previously, near the bottom, and then boomed upwards, so take note of how similar it appears. This is where altcoins might potentially start to go crazy. For this reason, altcoins are a terrific method to gain money, which you can subsequently invest in safer assets. Isn't that right? I will keep you informed as I watch this, but it's a massive one that takes place over a number of years and seems really similar. That's great to observe that the accuracy increases generally with a larger time period. Let's see if this continues that way. This, however, somewhat contradicts the sell in May and go away theory, which, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of. If anything, I would advise buying in May and leaving for a long time because typically in October and September, big pumps are visible. However, I don't think selling in May and leaving is necessarily a very good indicator to just follow blindly. So let's continue to watch that. Lastly, I only wanted to express my belief that it was integrity. Indeed, the vice president of Fidelity stated that significant institutions like pension funds are just now beginning to discuss cryptocurrency assets with their investing committees. Thus, there is still a sizable quantity of money that isn't in cryptocurrency. And eventually, guys, it will start to involve cryptocurrency. If you want the best deposit bonuses available, check out my exchanges through the links you have here. You can get Bybit up to $30,000 by using this link, up to $60,000 on OKX, and up to $40,000 on BitCat. Take advantage of that, and I'll give you 20% off if you use my link here. I sincerely appreciate you viewing this video. I'll see you all in the upcoming one.